How to understand triangle law and other laws? How to understand triangle law and other laws? Consider three coplanar non-collinear vectors p bar, q bar and r bar. Suppose p bar plus q bar plus r bar is equal to 0. Represent p bar in magnitude and direction by AB bar. Represent p bar in magnitude and direction by AB bar. If p bar is equal to 100 newtons, by taking 25 newtons is equal to 1 centimeter, we get a vector of length 4 centimeters. So the vector AB bar is parallel to p bar and its magnitude is 4 centimeters in length. So we can represent p bar by a vector of length 4 centimeters, that is AB bar. Let us suppose our direction is clockwise. Then we have to take q bar by BC bar. Then we have to represent q bar. Let us represent q bar by BC bar. Let q bar be 125 newtons. Then the length of BC bar should be 5 centimeters and the direction of BC bar should be parallel to q bar. The direction of BC bar should be parallel to q bar. The vector equivalent to q bar, that is BC bar, should be attached at the head of AB bar, which represents p bar. The vector equivalent to q bar, that is BC bar, should be attached at the head of AB bar, which represents p bar. Represent r bar in magnitude and direction by CA bar. Represent r bar in magnitude and direction by CA bar. The next vector we have to choose is r bar. Suppose it is 150 newtons, then the length of CA bar should be 6 centimeters and its direction parallel to r bar. So CA bar represents the vector r bar. It is parallel to r bar and its magnitude is equal to 6 centimeters. Polygon law. Here I have taken 5 vectors. Let us see how to apply our concept. If O is in equilibrium, means p bar plus q bar plus r bar plus s bar plus t bar is equal to 0. If p bar plus q bar plus r bar plus s bar plus t bar is equal to 0, then we can represent these 5 vectors by the side of a regular polygon. In this figure, I have shown the construction of the polygon. Observe the polygon. Start at O and see how the vectors are connected. Start at O and see how the vectors are constructed. They are constructed starting from O. First p bar is constructed, then q bar, then r bar, and then s bar and t bar. Like this, they are constructed one after the other. OA bar is parallel to p bar and its length is proportional to the magnitude of p bar. So OA bar represents p bar in magnitude and direction. Similarly, AB bar is parallel to q bar and its length is proportional to the magnitude of q bar. AB bar is parallel to q bar and its length is proportional to the magnitude of q bar. So AB bar represents q bar in magnitude and direction and it is attached at the head of p bar. BC bar represents r bar in magnitude and direction. CD bar represents s bar. DO bar represents t bar, forming a closed polygon. BC bar represents r bar in magnitude and direction. Similarly, CD bar represents s bar and DO bar represents t bar, forming a closed polygon. Let us suppose that the 5 vectors, sum of the 5 vectors p bar plus q bar plus r bar plus s bar plus t bar is not equal to 0. Then O is not in equilibrium. In equilibrium means p bar plus q bar plus r bar plus s bar plus t bar is not equal to 0. They cannot form a closed polygon. Hence, p bar, q bar, r bar, s bar, t bar cannot form a closed polygon. By representing p bar by OA bar, q bar by AB bar, r bar by BC bar, S bar by CD bar and T bar at a D bar, a closed polygon is not formed. A closed polygon is not formed if P bar plus Q bar plus R bar plus S bar plus T bar is not equal to 0. Triangle law is a special case of polygon law. Triangle law is a special case of polygon law. While dealing with these laws, we take only coplanar vectors. We also consider only non-collinear vectors applying these laws. Triangle law can also be stated like this. Triangle law can also be stated like this. If three forces acting at a point can keep it in equilibrium, they can be represented in magnitude and direction by the three sides of a triangle taken in an order. If P bar, Q bar, R bar represent three forces acting at O such that P bar plus Q bar plus R bar is equal to 0, then O is in equilibrium. P bar, Q bar and R bar can be represented the sides of a triangle taken in an order. Quadrilateral law. Let us take four vectors acting at O, P, Q, R, S. Suppose P bar plus Q bar plus R bar plus S bar is equal to 0. Then let us take in anti-clockwise direction. Let us proceed in anti-clockwise direction. P bar is represented by AB bar and S bar by BC bar, R bar by CD bar and Q bar by DA bar. Then a closed polygon is formed. Here the order is anti-clockwise direction. P bar is represented by AB bar, S bar by BC bar, R bar by CD bar and Q bar by DA bar. So this is how we construct the polygon law in anti-clockwise direction. This figure represents the order in clockwise direction. Here P bar is represented by AB bar, Q bar by BC bar, R bar by CD bar and S bar by DA bar. So a closed polygon is formed. Here the order is clockwise direction. Q is taken after P and R after Q, S after R. The order is PQRS. In the previous case, the order is PSRQ. In this case, the order is PQRS. Let us take four vectors acting at O, and if the sum of the four vectors is not equal to 0. For example, if P bar plus Q bar plus R bar plus S bar is not equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, then we cannot represent them by a closed polygon. Let us see what happens. If P bar, Q bar, R bar, S bar are represented by AB bar, BC bar, CD bar, DE bar, then the vector AE bar that completes the polygon in the reverse order is the resultant of PQRS. It is the resultant of PQRS. That means these vectors can be replaced by a single vector equal to AE bar. Let us take the same four vectors. If P bar plus Q bar plus R bar plus S bar is not equal to 0, then by representing them as vectors, we will get AB bar plus BC bar plus CD bar plus DE bar. Then the vector EA bar that completes the polygon is the equilibriant of these vectors, of the four vectors. That means by applying EA bar represented by T bar along with the other vectors, then O will be in equilibrium. If P bar, Q bar, R bar, S bar are forces, then by applying T bar, the particle O will be in equilibrium. The particle O will be in equilibrium only after acting T bar, after applying T bar. If P bar plus Q bar plus R bar plus S bar is not equal to 0, then by representing them as AB bar plus BC bar, CD bar, DE bar, a closed polygon is not formed. Then the polygon is completed in the reverse order by AE bar. This represents the resultant. To understand this, if P bar, Q bar, R bar, S bar are forces, then the effect produced by these forces is produced by AE bar. The effect produced by the four P bar, Q bar, R bar, S bar is produced by a single force AE bar. The effect produced by the four forces is produced by the single force AE bar.